Hey, quickly before we get into the video, I quickly wanted to share some news about the Signal/Premium group we have. Because over the last couple of weeks, going into the summer, but also the rest of the year, we have started drawing up some plans for spot accumulation of coins like Bitcoin, XRP, but also Solana. So for example, how we started was buying Bitcoin. We actually had limits right here from 100,000 into 98,000. Went in big, are making a lot of profit right now. So if you're interested in spot accumulation plans like that, outside of future signals, consider joining. But that's it for now. Just wanted to let you know about that. And now let's get into the video. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on XRP, your daily update. All right, and we're going to do a daily update again today as well. Now, purely in terms of when we're taking a look at the price. The price of XRP right now is exactly at the same level as it was yesterday. The volume yesterday was actually quite low, and you can see that the volume has been, bottoming a little bit here, which is not bad. I mean, obviously the volume was very, very high on Monday and also going into Tuesday. And that was most important, right? Because on the higher time frames, like if you want to reclaim a structural support level or a very important support level like we did over the course of Monday, Tuesday, you need support for that, and then afterwards you don't necessarily need more volume to rally up higher, right? And rally up higher is what we want to see, at least as long as you're not short. But I think that's most likely as well, right? Because what we spoke about yesterday as well is that XRP had this balance right here over the last couple of weeks, but also on the higher time frames, as you can see right here. This is the 3-day time frame, right? So this balance, this consolidation has been going on for quite a long time. And we wanted to have that balance reclaimed, and the main level to reclaim for that was right here between 2.08 and 2.07, and that is what we did, right? So structurally we're back into that range right here, which suggests, outside of some other reasons, I mean, you also see that there's a pretty major imbalance slash fair value gap around 2.27, so that also works as a bit of a magnet. I would expect that there was also, or at least that there would also be some sort of a naked point of control up there, but I'm not too certain about that. Ooh, no, not really. I mean, this is not the best chart to be looking at, to be fair. But maybe if we take a look at this, no, there's also, well, yeah, I mean, there's a naked point of control at 2.24. And there's some weak highs right here, but weak highs that are so far in the past. I'm not sure if those matter, but that does bring us to something else in the way that, or at least by talking about the fact that there's those imbalances to the upside, which, outside of breaking back into the structure, means that more upside is to be expected. What you can also see is that there's a huge amount of imbalances to the downside, right? So basically all the way into 2.07 again, you have fair value gaps, you have single prints, and a naked POC right here as well at 2.02. Now 2.02, I think it's quite low, right? We have some imbalances there, we have imbalances here as well. Usually with a strong move like we had on Monday, that was a strong move. It was the highest volume we've seen in quite some time, in a matter of what is it, like 8 hours. Probably the highest we've seen in the last month or so. So that was a strong move. Usually when that happens, the lowest imbalance doesn't get filled, right? Because imbalances are basically a sign of a lot of strength coming into the markets. So unless something comes up and unless something happens today or tomorrow that changes the entire strength of the market, because this was not only for XRP, it was also for the entire market, this is unlikely to get filled. However, these imbalances, the question now is that, all right, well, XRP looks better at least. Are we going to move into the top of the range and those imbalances from the current prices? Or are we first going to fill those imbalances and then afterwards, by the way, fill those imbalances? Or are we going to fill those imbalances first and move into that level between 2.12 and 2.07 and then from there move up? And I think the latter scenario, so this one is most likely, but it's the market is looking quite strong here, right? So I do want to emphasize that. Now, would I buy XRP right now? No, there's no way I would say right now to make the risk reward of a trade work. But lower here, definitely yes, and I may or may not have some limit orders set up there. But I would still say this is most likely, but those are my thoughts. That's my analysis for now. If you do have any questions, anything, make sure to join the Telegram or the Discord group and tag me in there, and I will always respond. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Take care and bye.